happy Thanksgiving to all of you who celebrate of course, Thanksgiving in general. Let's go ahead and get right into it. And then we're going to talk about all the other stuff. What y'all cooking, where y'all at, all that fun stuff. Okay. So, first things first, when does your credit score update? Okay. A lot of people always talk about different things when you're talking about your credit score update, and we're going to break it down today. All right. By the way, guys, we do have our 30-day credit challenge, Black Friday special. Okay. You see this couple right here? They told us their goal. We looked at their credit report. We told them exactly what needed to be done. They followed it to the T, and now they are homeowners. But check this out. With the 30-day credit challenge, you can get 6 months access to our credit community, live weekly evening Q&As, and of course, access to all of our courses. All right, let's keep rolling. So now, when does your credit score update? Okay, now credit scores can update multiple times a month, a week, or even a day, depending on several factors. Okay, we're going to break down what those factors are, okay, right here in this video. All right, so number one is going to be when lenders send information. When lenders send information. Okay. Now, they typically send new information to credit bureaus every 30 to 45 days. Sometimes people say 15, sometimes people say 30, sometimes people say 45. We are at the helm of the lenders, of the credit, the financial companies, okay? Whoever you borrowed the money from, or essentially whoever you have the account with, that's a better way to say it. So whether it's a credit card, whether it's a mortgage payment, whether it's an auto loan, again, that's going to depend on when the lender actually sends it to them. Okay. Next would be the exact timing also depends on the lender and the credit bureau. Okay. Next would be when bureaus update credit reports. The three major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, they update their reports at different times. A lot of people think that it's the same time. These are three different companies. Three different companies. Okay. For example, Experian might update on the 1st, okay, the 7th, and the 8th, for example, while TransUnion might update on the 1st, the 10th, and the 15th. Okay. So again, the dates are going to be different. And just so you guys know, the the financial company that you have the relationship with, let's say you have a credit card, okay, with Capital One. Even if your sister has a Capital One credit card, Capital One's not going to report your stuff the same time. Does that make sense? It's the companies don't do things the same time. It all depends on when you have the account and when they get to yours. Most of these things are done automatically anyway. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. If you guys have not done so already, make sure you guys go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. All right. So now, continuing on, this also depends on how many financial products you have. How many financial products that you have. All right. And so here's the deal. If you have multiple financial products, your credit score may update more frequently. Okay. So, for example, if you have 5 accounts, your credit report is going to update 5 times that month. Okay. It may not even be 5 separate days because it just so happens that some companies may report the same day. For example, let's say you have 40 accounts, 40 active accounts. Was by the way, shout out to Key. Of course, I don't know. I'm sure she's gonna end up watching this, but this girl got over 50 credit cards. Okay, actively on. The reason why I'm using her as an example is because there's only 30 days in a month. So that means that some of her credit cards are reporting on the same day because again, she's got 50. And so it depends on how many accounts you have. If you have 3 accounts, let's say you just got 3 accounts on your credit report, just 3. Again, you're only going to get how many updates per month? 3 updates. So, how many accounts you have is going to be how many times your credit report is going to update. Does this make sense? Okay. Because again, the accounts have nothing to do with other accounts. Even if it's the same bank, you can have 5 different Capital One cards for as an example, right? That doesn't mean that the Capital One is going to update them the same day because they're all different accounts. All right. Credit card billing cycles. Now, this is where sometimes people get a little bit of confusion Okay, because you have you have when your bill is due, okay, and then you have when they report it to the credit bureaus. Let me say that again. You have when your bill is due, and then you have when they report it to the credit bureaus. So what some people like to do, and I haven't seen this always work, is when they try to pay their bill multiple times throughout the month. And again, I've seen this work for some people, but I don't know. I just haven't seen it consistent enough for me to do a video on it, in my personal opinion. So, but credit card companies usually report information by a recurring date, such as a billing cycle or a statement date. Okay. So again, let's say for example, your bill is due on the 10th. Okay. But they don't report to the credit bureaus until let's say the 25th. So you get the 10th that your bill is due, but they don't report it to the credit bureaus until the 25th. Let's just say that that's the case. You pay your bill on the 10th. You pay it off in full. Now your balance is zero. Okay. But you use your credit card again on the 20th. Bill is due on the 10th. You pay it, you use it on the 20th. So that means when it reports to the credit bureaus on the 25th, it's going to show the balance that you have, assuming that the 10th is also when the statement date is as well too. Okay. So again, it all depends on when your bill is due, when they report it to the credit bureaus, your statement date as well. Okay. And that's why sometimes when you all are using your credit card, or a better example would be when some people pay off their credit cards, they say, oh, well, how come on my credit report it shows a balance? Well, look to see when you actually use that balance, or just go ahead and just call the credit card company. Most credit card companies will just tell you. Some of you all is on your bill. But again, if you're not sure, just call the credit card company and they will tell you. That way, you know for a fact when you pay it that it's actually going to show the balance that you wanted to show. Because I can't tell you how many of our clients or how many people that's inside of our credit community say, hey, listen, when I look at my credit report, my balance is always showing something. So again, you got to be on top of that as well. All right. Credit, and don't worry. And also too, guys, let me know where y'all at, what y'all cooking for Thanksgiving. Let me know inside the comments below. We're gonna get to the comments in a hot second. All right. Credit aging. Your credit score changes naturally over time as your accounts change. Okay. For example, the negative impact of a late payment may lessen over time. Man, let's talk about this. Let me zoom in on this. Let me zoom in on this one because a lot of people don't talk about or know about credit aging. Okay. Let's talk about credit aging real quick. Now, this means that as accounts get older, they have a lower impact to your credit score. Okay. They have a lower impact. So what does that mean? That means when you, and this is positive or negative, I want to make sure you guys understand this. That on-time payment that you had years ago, that's now 6 years and 11 months old. So it's got one more month before it falls off. It's 6 years and 11 months old. It's an on-time payment. It has a lower value than the most recent on-time payment on your credit report. Credit reports care about what you did last month, in the last 6 months, the last 90 days. That's what credit scores care about, especially as these new scores start to roll out. By the way, I got an update about FICO too. I'm gonna give y'all that update tomorrow morning. I gotta wait for that one. Either way, so that's essentially what that is. Now, the same is true with a negative account. Are you guys keeping up with me? The same is true for a negative account. So if you have a late payment back in that, again, if it's 5 years old, as an example, that has a lower value. So it's low. The chances of it affecting your score is not really much. So this is like, for example, when people say, man, I got to get this late payment off of my credit report, and it's like 5 years old, 6 years old, it's nowhere near worth the amount of points it took away from you. This is why when you get things removed from your credit report, I keep telling you guys this. See, most people are not going to tell you this, and not in a bad way. They're not going to tell you when something comes off of your credit report that you're going to get X amount of points, that you're going to get guaranteed amount of points. You know why? Because things get old. Even something you did last year is old. It's not as old as 5 years or 6 years, but it has a lower value. You get a late payment right now, you might lose 30 to 40 points, depending on your point structure, right? Depending. So the higher your scores are, the more your score is going to drop when something negative happens. Two reasons why. One, because it's negative, right? We're going the wrong direction. And two, because it's fresh. It's fresh. But here's the difference. That negative situation that happened, late payment, charge off, repossession, y'all know the stuff, right? Once that is done, once it gets older, that it's not worth 30 to 45 points anymore. Now it's 5 years old. It gets removed from your credit report. You dispute it, whatever. It comes off your credit report. Don't look for 30 to 40 points. Do not look to get your 30 to 40 points back. The only way you're going to get those points back similarly is if it's within like at least within about 90 days or less. Okay, that's a reasonable time frame. But as it gets older, guys, that's why I tell people stop stressing over old stuff. The banks aren't stressing over old stuff. And listen, let me know in the comments right now if you all have messed up a relationship from a not your regular relationships, not real life. Well, technically real life, but not like, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, that type of stuff. We talking about if you've ever messed up a relationship with a bank and they gave you another opportunity. Let's give people some hope inside the comments today. Let's give people some hope inside the comments today. If you messed up with Capital One and they gave you another chance, if you messed up with, Bank of America and they gave you another chance, Chase Bank and they gave you another chance. These banks give people chances, right? I'm telling you, listen, I had a repossession back when I was 21. Okay. It was actually on my 21st birthday. How about that? They took the car on my 21st birthday. Either way, right? I was able to do business with that bank later down the line. Okay. So again, these banks, they're not going to hold you to this. They have one job. They care about one thing. That's making money. Let's just call that a spade. Right. So they're not going to hold on to this stuff. Y'all be holding on to this stuff, which means caring about it too much. Listen, your credit report and these banks care more so about what you've done recently, not what you've done 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago. They want to know what kind of person are you in the last year? The reason why they're like that, because things happen. Bad things happen to good people. Somebody put that in the comments. Bad things happen to good people. And not just bad things. Sometimes we be messing up, right? If we was late and we know, hey, that's on us, right? We are adults now. We're adults. And so either way, my point is that don't spend too much time on it. Focus on what can you do now? What can you do? What have you done in the last 30 days? What have you done in the last 2 months, 3 months? That's what's going to matter the most. Okay. By the way, guys, we got a lot of this stuff too inside of our free credit ebook. If you guys have not downloaded it, listen, this is one of the best free things that you're going to see about credit. I promise you that. Okay. But that's what you guys got to know for sure. Let's jump into the comments, guys. What y'all cooking today, man? We got any people that eat chitlins up in here? I don't want to lose nobody. Y'all know I'm from Memphis, man. It's tough not to eat some chitlins up in here. Anybody never had chitlins before? Y'all see it and y'all done. Who got the hot sauce today? All right. But anyway, John Sams is in the house. Happy Thanksgiving to you, sir, especially if you are still watching. One of the first people to start watching this morning. Greatly appreciate you, sir. Oriel is in the house with a day off. All right. From Florida. Checking in from Florida. Happy Turkey Day, folks. Appreciate you being here, Oriel. Oriel, who you got today in football, man? Who playing fantasy today? Let me get up in here real quick. I was on a 9-game winning streak. I don't know if we got any ladies in here that play fantasy, but listen, I was on a 9-game winning streak, man. And now I'm gonna show y'all my record. For those who care about fantasy, let me see if we can. Boom. Let me see if I can put that up in there. There you go, my boy. We love chitlins. I know that's right. That's me right there. Let him cook. Okay, about right there. Y'all know if you guys can see that. Either way, I'm 9-3. 9-3 on fantasy, man. 9-3. So I don't know if we got any fantasy football people up in here, but who y'all got today, man? Who y'all got today? What y'all cooking up in here? Let's get going. All right. Famous Achiever says shouldn't have 50 accounts, guys. Please don't do that. Listen, Key is crazy. We got to have her back on the channel for sure on what she be doing. Okay, she be hustling these points. I'm telling you that right now. Famous said, don't do that. Most accounts should be like 24. It really depends on how much you guys want to manage this stuff. It's a lot to manage. That's for sure. All right. Oriel says bad things happen to good people. Absolutely. It most definitely does, man. But we got to be prepared. And the best way to be prepared is having your scores and such in place. Sharnika's in the house. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Capital One gives second chances. Shanika is 100% true. Capital One is probably like the only bank. I would say the only. Well, because I think like banks have like a threshold, right? What I mean by that is you can mess up with a bank multiple times. You can mess up with them, rebuild, mess up, rebuild, mess up, rebuild. And I've seen people do that, especially with Capital One. They'll do something with them. It didn't. No, I'm sorry. They'll have the account. Everything's going great. Things don't go great, and then over time, the key word is over time. Over time, they give you that second chance. Then I've also seen that same person mess up with them again. Just so you guys know, I've been helping people with their credit since 2015. So that's 9 years. I've had people come back to us. They're with us the second time, the third time. There are clients that have been with us for years. Okay, say, man, Calvin, I messed up again. What do I need to do? We've had that happen before. I talked to one of my clients yesterday, and this is now my third time helping him. Right? We don't mind it, but we know again things happen. Life changes. But again, there are banks out here that will give you another opportunity. That's why we know this information. All right. Clint says bad things happen to good people. Absolutely. Oriole says we love chitlins. Listen, where my chitlins eater at? Where my chitlins eaters at, man? Listen, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. And let me tell y'all my chitlins experience growing up. Now, I was born in 88. I know we got different age brackets on here. I was born in 88. Some of y'all got socks older than me. Okay. But anyway, I just remember growing up and my grandmother would be cleaning the chitlins. Of course, I was young, so I didn't know what she was doing. I just know the house stank, right? There's a difference between like something smells funny, something smells bad. And then if you know the culture, it stank. And we talking STANK, okay? And I'm talking the house stinks. And I'm like, okay, what's that smell? We just cracking windows or whatever, because November is not too bad, as far as the weather goes. Either way, all I know is remembering growing up, it would just be on my plate. Because when you were a young kid growing up, see, nowadays we ask these kids too many questions. We say, hey, what would you like to eat? Nobody cared what I wanted to eat. They just put it on my plate. Okay, where my 90s babies and 80s babies at? I know the 70s and 60s babies, it was way different for y'all. But for us, for us in particular, this is, again, different era. It was just on my plate. And if you didn't eat what was on your plate, and let me tell you something. I had I had another grandmother. This is on my brother's side, because how we got half families and stuff, right? On his side, they had a strict rule during Thanksgiving and Sunday dinners. You couldn't drink anything. Like you could drink water. Like you could I don't even know, you could drink water, but like in Chicago we call it pop, but down south we call it just drink. Right? It's so weird. Either way, we couldn't drink a drink unless your food was gone, which made no sense to me, because how am I going to swallow this food? Like, it's a ton of food. Either way, growing up with chitlins, man, it was a game changer, because I would just eat them. Listen, I would just eat them like it was. And I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Right? But then my life changed. Y'all know what happened? My life changed when I started adding hot sauce to these chitlins. I know some of y'all may not eat this stuff. I'm going to see in the comments. I ain't seen all the comments yet, but we're going to see in a hot second. All right. So Oriole says, my boy. Absolutely. Listen, down south, we be going crazy. All right. So Mike says, bro, my credit won't rise. I'm in excellent in all categories but one. What can I do to get a higher score? Well, start off with your utilization first. Make sure that all your balances are paid down at least 7 to 10%. 0% if you got to do it. Like if you like, man, I just can't control myself with my credit cards, that's fine. Bring it down to 0%. But 7 to 10% utilization, that's number one. Number two, look to see how many accounts you actually have. Sometimes, we can't have anything new and negative. It's kind of like what I just talked about moments ago about credit aging. We don't want anything new and negative. So no new late payments, no new collections, no new anything that's bad. Right. But here's another thing, Mike, you might need a game plan, man. Stop playing, Mike. You might listen. If your credit score is not going the way y'all want it to, listen, y'all, it's okay to get a game plan. Okay. Let my team and I look at your credit report. This is our 30-day credit challenge right here, y'all seeing right now. Okay. This is our 30-day credit challenge. Scan that QR code. Y'all should at least be learning. Say, listen, what do I get with this? I'm not trying to sell y'all. I'm trying to help y'all. But don't get me wrong. I'm only going off of like the most general things that I know. Okay. But usually that's what it's going to be. You start off with utilization, make sure that there's nothing new. Also, you may be adding too many accounts too fast, Mike. Yeah. Sometimes we do that too. We watch these YouTube videos, we talk to our friends, our family, we start researching. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than like when people are sick. If you're sick, you say, "Oh man, I got blood in my pee," or something like that. You start Googling stuff, it's gonna tell you 20 different things. And you be like, "Oh my God, what do I need to do?" Go to a doctor, right? That's what you should do. Same thing with credit. You got to go to the professional, right? But if you don't want to, then you have to say, okay, let me just start with the basics, right? And kind of go from there. But also, too, it may be some older, recent things that may not be that old, but still negative, and it's still kind of holding your score back. You know, a lot of times people don't pay attention to that. You know, these credit card companies or something like that, like if you have a charge off, this is an example. This may not be for Mike, but if you have a charge off and it still has a balance and it's still in your credit report and they're reporting every single month, listen, they're not supposed to be doing that, number one. But again, that can affect your credit score. Listen, all this stuff still plays a role. So again, but if you want to know for sure, it's okay, Mike, to get a custom game plan. Okay. But either way, that's about the best. Based on what I know, I gotta see what it is. Otherwise, I don't know if you want to put all this in the chat, but you got to tell me all the open accounts, all the closed accounts. All right, we got to go deep. That way I can find out. I need to know open dates, balances, all that's gonna play a role. But that 30-day credit challenge, guys, this is huge. You get 6 months access. I'll go live every single week and I answer a Q&A. Now it's gonna be a couple weeks in December where we're not gonna do it. We're just gonna push that to the further months. But either way, obviously, you know, I'm be with my family too. But either way, I'll be answering questions and things of that sort. All right. But either way, not trying to sell you, Mike, just saying. All right. But either way, I got you, Mike. So here, went from a 550 to over 730, and I can't figure out how to get a higher score to buy a house. First off, Mike, you have the score. You have the score to buy a home. I don't know if somebody else told you something different. If your score is in the 700s, sir, you qualify for a house. You need a 580 to get a house. And if your lender is telling you they can't get you a loan, reach out to my team. Here, reach out to my team. Now, this is for real estate only. I'm telling you, because y'all be calling trying to get to me. It ain't gonna work. This is for real estate only. You're gonna talk to my assistant. Actually, my assistant's name is Mike too. Now we're not back into the office until Monday. Okay, so we're in the office on Monday. Okay, but that's for real estate. Call my team. Okay, call my team. Real estate. We can get you a pre-approval with where you are right now, sir. Now, don't get me wrong. We can still keep working on the score, but again, you qualify for a home. Do y'all know that 70% of people that qualify for a home don't think that they qualify for a home or don't even know that they qualify for a home? Yes, I'm telling you this. There are people, listen, I talked to somebody the other day. They have a veterans admit, they qualify for a VA loan with zero money out of their pocket. Well, sorry, zero money for a down payment. Okay, $0 for a down payment needed with a VA loan. They had no idea that they qualified for it. They knew about the loan, but they didn't know that they qualified for the loan. Y'all know what I'm saying? So again, this is why we gotta have these conversations, guys. We gotta have these conversations. Some of y'all are still overpaying on your auto loans. Some of y'all some of y'all still got y'all secured credit cards and they haven't upgraded them, or you haven't got your security deposit back. Some of you all, again, these things matter. Some of you all have never seen a single digit interest rate. We got to change that because y'all be going at these wrong windows. Some of you all need a car, but your credit card has a certain balance. And in your mind, you're saying, oh, well, I was told I may need to put some money down. So here's what doesn't make sense to me. You're putting down $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. This is what I saw. Listen, I was 6 years working at the car dealership. For 6 years, I'm telling you, people will come into the dealership with money down, but a credit card maxed out. We're not talking $20,000 maxed out. We're not talking $10,000. We ain't talking $5,000. We're talking less than $2,000 of their credit card maxed out. If they would have just paid off half of their credit card, waited for it to update, then come into the dealership, they would be saving a tremendous amount of money. There were people that had $500 credit cards maxed out with $3,000 down at the dealership. They would have one or two credit cards or whatever. Here's the problem. Credit cards maxed out. Credit score is showing a lower score because that credit card's maxed out. They go to the dealership. The dealership sees that lower score. The banks see that lower score. They give you a high interest rate because of your lower score, right? Or worse. Y'all know it could be what's worse than that? Here's what's worse than that. You go to the dealership on the 5th. Your credit card bill is not due until the 15th. They don't report to the credit bureaus until the 20th. You've already scheduled your payment to be paid, to have your credit card paid off. But you went to the dealership before it updated to the credit report. So now the dealership sees the lower score, the bank see the lower score, and the bank gives you a higher interest rate because of your lower score. You got to go at the right time. This is why we need to have these conversations like, man, Calvin, I just did that. Yeah. Yes, you have to take care of this stuff, man. I see it time and time again. Okay. Or there are sometimes, listen, I got a friend of mine. He has great credit. He has over 700, right? Here's the problem. Here's what happened. He got into a car accident. He's fine. The car wasn't. Car got totaled. Car's totaled out, right? Long story short, car was totaled out. And you guys, let me walk you guys through what happens, because I got to do a video on this. What to do after your car get into an accident and it's totaled out. Okay. Here's what happened. Y'all better listen to this one, and tell people that you know, because people don't know this stuff. When a car is totaled out, that has nothing to do with the finance company. I'm going to say that again. When a car is totaled out, it has nothing to do with the finance company. What do I mean by that? Let's say you have an auto loan with Capital One. You get into an accident, you're fine, the car's totaled out. Now, because the car's totaled out, you don't have a car to drive, right? So what do you do naturally? You talk to your insurance company, whatever the case may be, you let them figure it out, you get the rental, or you may even go get another car right away, whatever you decide to do. Here's the problem. The number one problem that people have, some people, not everybody, but more people do this than it should be. They don't pay the car note. They say, oh, the bank knows the car is totaled out. Yes, they know that the car is totaled out. They understand that you're going through that the insurance, but here they're waiting on the insurance company to pay them. Are you guys hearing me? They're waiting on your finance company. Let's use the same scenario. You finance a car with Capital One, Chase, doesn't matter. You get into a car, you're fine. I'm sorry, you get into a car accident, you're fine. The car's now totaled. You say, I'm not going to pay because I don't have a car. It doesn't work like that. You still got to pay. You borrowed the money for the car. Let me break this down. Yes, an auto loan is an auto loan, but you borrowed the money from Chase Bank, from Capital One, from Fifth Third Bank, from whatever bank to get the car. You borrowed the money. So you have to continue to pay. But I know why people don't do it. They say, oh, I don't have a car. Why would I pay for a monthly payment for a car I don't have? Because you have to do it anyway. You have to. Either way, long story short, guess what he did? Guess what he did, everybody? He didn't pay. This is somebody with a 700 credit score. He didn't pay because he says, well, they know that the car is totaled. They know the insurance company is going to pay them. I didn't think I had to pay them. You got to pay them. You still got to pay them. If you don't, guess what is going to happen? Late payment going to show up on your credit report. And sure enough, a late payment showed up on that credit report. Okay. The late payment showed up on the credit report. Okay. Now, what happened after that? Man, listen. Sure enough, his credit score dropped. Guys. So again, you got to be on top of this stuff. And if you're not on top of these things, I'm telling you, it's going to end up costing you. It's going to cost you every single time. Okay. It's going to cost you every single time with this. Now, here's the deal. Of course, he didn't know this. So what happens in a situation like that? Well, now let's say because people say, well, what if I pay, but the insurance company pays them? Won't that be two people paying them? Yes. And it sounds crazy, but here's what's going to happen. The insurance company is going to pay them. It's what they call a payoff. They're going to say, hey, listen, what's the payoff amount? They're going to send them the check. More than likely, two things will more than likely happen. Either you're going to break even because the payoff is actually updated, but in most cases, you catching that perfect window is slim to none. So what's more than likely going to happen is you pay your bank, the insurance company pays your bank, they're going to have an overage, and then your bank, the auto loan company, they're going to send you a check for the overage amount. And this usually takes less than 45 days. And you say, well, Calvin, you know what? That don't make sense to me that I got to pay them and all that. Here's the thing. In most cases, now I know you paid that monthly payment. You was going to be paying it anyway. If you think about it, if you take the car accident out of the equation, you was going to be paying them anyway. Okay. So again, these are things you got to have in place, guys. These are things you got to know about what's going on as well. All right, let's get into more of these comments. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I also want to put this up here as well while we are talking. Let's see here. I think I can put that up there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but either way, all right, let's keep rolling. All right, I'm waiting on this. My screen is like covered. I can't see the comments. Give me like 2 seconds. Okay, there we go. All right, so I at least want to do that. Here, let me go full screen on this and remove this, and then we can go there for sure. Okay. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. My wife needs me to open up some seasoning. Y'all think I'm not lying? Hold on 1 second. That's the seasoning she needs me to open up. So hold on 1 second. Now I'm having issues opening this up. Now we're gonna open up this nutmeg. That's what we're gonna do. Because these yams. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll clean it up later. There we go. All right. Listen, we're gonna get that nutmeg open up today. That's for sure. Okay. So either way, there it is right there. I got the 30-day credit challenge down at the bottom of your screen. Y'all need to jump on this, man. Like for real. All right. So here, let me go ahead and I'm gonna leave that up there. Just and so make sure we got our comments up here too. Let me flip back. All right. So here, let's go back. All right. So now let me replace this. Give me a second here. Will it let me do this? Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I want to make sure we can. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, cool. All right. Mike is back. 88 here as well. You better believe it. All right. 88 babies up in here. All right. So now, Oriel, born in 85. 85 is in the house. He said, I hollered. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm at 0%. 0% utilization. Okay, cool. So it's not your credit cards. Listen, we're going to have to do a game plan, man. Let me see here. I paid everything off 1 year ago. No debts. Going to check you out on that. Yeah, I got to see it, Mike. I got to see it, man. I got to see it. Because the thing is, just to make sure we're on the right pace, I got to see what's slowing it down. There's always something slowing it down. And I promise you, once I show you, you're going to be like, man, Calvin, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Yes. Okay. Just so you guys know, too. Again, with this 30-day credit challenge, it's more than 30 days. You get access to my community for 6 months. I go live every week, so I can answer your questions every week. By the way, you get a custom game plan, okay? So you get the 30-day credit challenge. You join the credit day challenge. You get a game plan. And then now every week we're talking about you. Every week. Now, don't get me wrong. It's community. So it's going to be 30 people, 40 people, 50 people. But sometimes it's 3 people that show up. Sometimes it's 5. So it's more intimate. So you can ask more questions. Okay. Just letting y'all know. I know y'all got goals. I know you all got goals that you all want to accomplish in the next 6 months. That's why I'm giving you all direct access to me for 6 months. Did you all listen? I forgot to put this in here. You can DM me inside of the community. You can send me a custom DM. Say, hey, Calvin, listen, this is this. I'm trying to help y'all. Anyway, Mike says, I have nothing on there but my 2 credit cards from Capital One with a $9,000 limit, 0 balance. Yeah, we got to take a look at that. We got to see why it's not moving up. I will say this too, though. As your credit scores improve, guys, as you get to like the higher numbers, 700, 730, 750 and beyond, you're not going to see 50-point increases. Not saying that's what Mike is looking for. But you won't see 50-point increases, 40 points increases, 30 points increases. You're just not going to see that. Okay. Just because now you're in a different side of the algorithm. It's looking for consistency. It's looking for, okay, we see you doing good. How long are you going to be doing good? That's where you get the points from. And there's some other ways to get some points as well, too. But that's, again, a game plan is usually what it's going to be, especially if you guys have tried a lot of the stuff that I've been telling you and you just still not seeing no movement. We need to make a custom strategy for you. Okay. All right. Mike says, single father of 2, trying to better my life and my kids. They want $30,000 for a down payment in New Jersey. So there are some home buying programs too, though. There's some home buying programs. I know all of us live in different places. And listen, the cost of buying a home is most definitely increasing, but you can still get a loan. Okay. You can still get a loan. Here, this is how a home loan works real quick. Your score is going to get you in the door. The score gets you in the door. So if you have the score, you're going to get the approval. Now, after they look at the score, then you're going to go ahead and then they're going to look at your income. So score is number one, then income is number two. Why is income important? They need to know that you can afford the monthly payment. They need to know that you qualify to even buy a house. That's why the income is so huge. Okay, guess what they look at last? Number three, your credit report. Yes. Well, Calvin, you just said my credit score was number one. They look at the score only. They care about the score gets you in the door. Number two is going to be your income. Number three is going to be what's on your credit report. That's the only time they care about what's on your credit report. Now, as far as down payments and stuff like that, Mike, there's a lot of down payment assistance programs out here right now. Because let me tell y'all something. Banks, they need mortgages. People ain't paying their credit card bills. But here's the deal. They know the chances are more than likely that a person is going to pay their mortgage on time. Okay. But there are down payment assistance programs out there for you for sure. All right. Clint says, everybody hit the like button. There you go. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that for sure, Clint. All right. Give Me Cash says credit unions usually have low interest rates. A few years ago, I had a 685 score with excellent payment history, and my credit card balances were almost maxed out at over 0%. They still gave me 4.9. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Credit unions most definitely look out for you. Credit unions are based on your relationship. He's right. I've seen there's a client that I have. Her dad is with USAA. And because her dad was with USAA, she was able to get a single digit interest rate, even though her credit score was in the 500s. Now, this is not just USAA. My point is that credit unions will work with you based on products that you have with them, how long you've been with them, right? Those things matter to them. Like credit unions treat you like a real relationship versus like a bank. A bank is like, hey, where are you right now? Here's what we're going to give you based on where you are right now. Do you want it? Yes or no? If no, get out. Right? So with credit unions, it's like, all right, this member, they already started. The language is different. This member has been with us for over 5 years. They have 3 or 4 accounts. They got direct deposit, things that banks don't care about that much, right? Then they go, so they start off with how have they been with us? Then they go into your credit, your income, your credit report, but they start with how that works first. So I'm telling you, credit unions, man, they're more close knit. Okay. So again, that's most definitely a true situation for sure. Mike says credit unions are better to get a mortgage loan from. Here's the problem. I'm not against credit unions for mortgages. I'm gonna be honest with you. So mortgages are going to be about the same across the board because a lot of mortgages are they're federally regulated. So that means that there are certain things they have to do. However, credit unions typically do have inside perks that you can have with them. For example, one thing that's going on right now is 3% down at some credit unions instead of 3.5% down. That's huge because that may save you some money. Let's do some math. So let's say you buying a house that's $250,000, right? I know some of y'all math geeks already got the number, but I'm gonna use my calculator. So 250,000 times 3.5%, right? That's 8750 versus 250 times 3%, right? So that's 7,500 minus 8750. Guys, that saves you $1,250. That is huge. Okay. And some places are doing this right now. A lot of states. So this is what I want you guys to do. If you're looking to go into homeownership in the future or whenever, just go to Google, type in your state, and then type in down payment assistance. So if I'm in Illinois, down payment assistance. If I'm in, we got Florida in the house. My boy Oriel is here, right? Florida, down payment assistance, right? Whatever state you're in, New Jersey, Mike's in New Jersey. New Jersey, down payment assistance. Okay. So again, just do that so you can get an idea of what programs are out there. Florida has like 15 down payment assistance programs. Michigan has like 10. A lot of places are popping up with stuff. Arizona just came out with a 25,000. A lot of states are coming out with $20,000 to $25,000 down payment assistance, guys. You got to look it up. Okay. So again, the stuff is most definitely out there for sure. Here's the thing, guys. We do have our 30-day credit challenge. I'm going to put it right there on the screen so you guys can see that. This is our 30-day credit challenge. Okay, guys. So again, if you are looking to improve your credit score, if you want me and my team to take a look at your credit score based on where you are right now, we also ask you what your goal is. Did you all know? I'm I gotta say this. Most credit companies don't care about your goals. All they want to do is just say, let me see what I can get removed. Let me see what I can get your score. No, what's your goal? I need to know your goal. At 850 Club, we care about your goal. Or do you want to buy a home in the future? Do you want to get a car in the future? You want to lease it? You want to get an auto loan? Do you want to get single digit interest rates? Do you want to get a high limit credit card? Right? You listen, and not just getting stuff. We're not just getting stuff. We're getting ourselves in a position, right? Because cars don't last forever. Homes don't last forever. You got goals. It's okay to have goals. Listen, this is a safe space to talk about your goal. Okay. What are some of y'all goals? Like, listen, we got over 50 people watching this live. What's y'all goal in the next 6 months, a year? And let me know the goal and the timeline. Okay. It's a safe space here. Listen, you know the reason why people don't ask you about your goal, because they don't want to hear about your goal. They don't want to know what you want to do. Oh, well, you think you doing XYZ. You want to buy a house in 6 months. You think you better than somebody. You want to get a new car in a year. You think you better than somebody. What? You should be able, but you know, that's a society we live in. Everybody don't want you to do good. You know, here, I got something better than that. Some people actually would be happy for you. They just don't want you to do it before they do it. I'm gonna say that again. Some people actually are happy for you. They are rooting for you. They want you to win. They want you to accomplish the goal. Here's the problem. They don't want you to do it before they do it. So they're not going to celebrate you. They don't want to talk to you about your goals. I want to know about your goals. Not so I can sell y'all something. This is if you want to talk to me. There are some people who want to talk to me, and there are some people who just don't, which is perfectly fine. Either way, we're fine. But I'm just saying, if you do, this is your opportunity. Okay. But outside of this, again, we got 1,500 videos. If you wanted to learn how to get a high limit credit card with Navy Fed, but your credit's not the best, we dropped a video like that yesterday. After this live, I'm about to make another video. There's another video coming today. Okay. So again, I'm giving y'all everything I got. But if you want more, that's where a custom game plan is going to come in, guys. Okay. But it's not just a custom game plan. You get a custom game plan, 6 months access to my community, live weekly Q&As. You want to talk to me about, hey, listen, my lease is not up until X amount of time. What do I need to do to really get into a house? How much should I be saving? My car loan. This is my car payment. Some of you all are still paying high car payments. Why? I've done videos. I've done thousands. I've done at least 20 videos on lowering your car payment. You got to lower these car payments. Some of you all still have bad credit cards, and your credit score has improved. Some of you all have credit cards with a credit score over 700, and your limits are under 1,000. Why? This is what we need to talk. We need to talk about this stuff if you want to. If you want to put action behind the things we talk about, this is the opportunity to do so. Let me get back into this chat, man. My bad. I done dipped off. There we go. Yes. Let me know your goals. Tell me what your goals are. Okay. Listen, this is why I make these videos. I'm not just doing it so I could talk to y'all. Not in a bad way. I like talking anyway. Okay. I got in trouble in school for years. Talks too much. Well, damn it, I'm here and I'm still talking too much. Okay. Anyway, Mike says his goal is to buy a house in 6 months. That's a great goal, Mike. We're going to make that happen. Mike already qualifies for a house. Let's say congratulations to Mike. Mike already qualifies for a house. Okay. So congratulations to you, Mike. You qualify. Okay. But we need to talk about let's figure out some down payment situations. Let's get you linked up with a top lender in the area and a top agent in the area. We can help you find a lender and agent in the area. Okay. Mike says 850 in a year. We got to look at how old your accounts are and how many accounts you have. Okay, to see if we can do that. Okay. Diva Miami says retirement by that. Listen, we at Diva's house. She said she's finna be retired by, look, she put a month on that. Not just a year, she put a month on that. She said February 2027 is one of her goals to retire. I know that's right, Diva. Diva, what you cooking today? You cooking today, Diva? All right, let us know. Not that, of course, men do cook too. I'm just saying we about to be retired. So that means that, hey, some of these recipes is locked down. We got 5 or 10 years on these recipes. I'm just saying it's got to be good, Diva. All right. Mike says that part. They want to do that first. Absolutely. They want to do it first. Some people, listen, they would root for you. They just don't want you, they don't want you to win. They don't want you to get the win before them. And so because a lot of people are like that in society, we don't have these gold conversations. We need to have gold conversations a lot more. And not only that, we need to start holding each other accountable. And that's what, listen, that's how it is in my community. We know what your goal is. It's like, listen, where we at? How close are we? We are pushing each other. We're pushing each other. You need to be, listen, if you are a chicken, you're going to keep being a chicken until you hang around some eagles. Now, don't get me wrong. In real life, a chicken, if they did hang around some eagles, it probably ain't gonna work out too well anyway. But my point is, you need to be around people that's accomplishing their goals. You need to be around people where the habit is going to get you where it needs to be for the goal. It's in the language. It's like, oh yeah, man, I bought my house. I'm on my second, third house. Yeah, this is what you need to do. That's what that needs to be. You need to be around people that's setting goals. Y'all, so listen, some of y'all right now, some of y'all today will be around family members that are just negative. And not in a bad way. Some people don't know that they're being negative. They don't know how to support. And because they don't know how to support, they say things come out of their mouth where it just does not support. Yeah, man, I want to go into buying a house. What you want to buy a house for? What you want to do that for? Man, you don't want to be wasting no money. You don't want to be doing that. No, keep doing what I'm doing. Nope. Don't do it. Listen, do not do it. We all heard the crabs in the barrel reference. We've heard that before. It's like, no, you don't need to buy no house. Get back down here with me. Said, you want to get a new car? No, what you need a new car for? Don't do that. This is the worst time to buy a car. Whatever that time frame is. It don't even matter what the time frame is. Some of y'all are going to be around people like that today. I promise you. Because they don't know how to be positive. Or sometimes, guess what? They don't want you to do nothing. Sometimes it's like that. And it's unfortunate. Sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's friends. Sometimes it's your coworkers. Watch this. Sometimes it's people at the church. I'm not knocking any of these. I'm not knocking any. Sometimes it's people you don't expect. And they don't want you to win. They don't want you to win. But guess who does? I do. Everybody watching this video wants you to win. You know why? 2 reasons. One, we don't know each other. Mike don't care if Monica accomplishes her goal. Not in a bad way, but he's like, if anything, I want you to accomplish your goal. You're here like me. Everybody here is trying to better themselves. Doesn't it feel good to be around people trying to better themselves? We all are here for the common goal. Yes, y'all watching me live, but at the same time, you're watching me because you want to see the success. You believe you can do something. You believe that if you hear the right thing at the right time, you'll put the right action in place and your goals will be accomplished. That's possible. Okay, that's possible. Monica says 6 months, paid off these loans, then these credit cards. You can do it, Monica. We can do it. We can also consolidate too. Okay, so guys, it's nothing wrong too. Well, she said loans as well. Sometimes we can get a loan big enough to eat up that loan and the credit cards and debit cards. That way we got one monthly payment to make. And then you just throwing money at that. And then when your taxes come, you throwing a heavy lump sum at that, right? Did y'all know y'all can settle some of this stuff? Some of you all got credit cards right now. Credit cards right now. It's $5,000, $3,000, $10,000. Did you know if you call them and say, hey, can I do a settlement? They will let you pay 70%, 75%, 80%, 85%, 90%. Y'all got to call them. But the only drawback is they got to close the account. If you got multiple credit cards, listen, it's nothing wrong with a little drop. Some of y'all be afraid, my credit score going to drop, Calvin. My credit score going to drop. Listen, if you can barely afford that car payment, but you got $3,000, $4,000 in your account, you just go ahead and pay that car off, assuming you could. Okay? Don't be struggling every single month. Don't get me wrong. We obviously don't want to exhaust our savings. I'm not telling you to exhaust your savings, but I'm just saying, if you getting some of y'all getting a Christmas bonus this year, what are we gonna do with this? Some of us, again, you gonna get your taxes back. We gotta be throwing thousands at this debt. We got to get rid of it because it's costing us. Listen, I was watching something the other day, and they was talking about the amount of credit card interest that you pay versus how much you save. You're not even saving anything. You think you're saving something because you see that savings growing. You over here saving $100, $500, $1,000, whatever. But then that credit card interest is killing you. And so look at how much your interest is and add that up. Add up how much your interest is every single month. Some of you all are paying $300, $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month just in interest. And you saving $1,000 a month. Hint. Here, newsflash. You ain't saving no money. Moving on. Elkin says, that's a fact though. Oh, absolutely. Monica says, lots of goals. Lots of goals. Monica says, congratulations, right? Mike already qualified out here. Oriel says, drop them gems, brother. We need you out here. Absolutely, man. That's what I'm here for. Shout out to Oriel, man. Oriel, how long have you been watching the channel? We got some day ones in the house. Okay. We got some day ones that are in the house. Okay. Some of y'all been watching. Listen, they've been here since 2015, 2016, 2017. How long have y'all been watching the channel? We got some newbies here too. Ain't nothing wrong with the newbies, right? You know what I'm saying? But some people, they say, oh, he got 100,000 subscribers. Let me go subscribe. It's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. But I'm talking about the day ones when they didn't know what was going to happen. They said, you know, I like this video, right? Or I like this guy. Let me know how long you guys been here with us. We're going to be wrapping up soon. Mike says, thank you. Absolutely, Mike. This is why I'm here. Let me explain something to y'all. This is why I'm here. You know what? Let me show y'all why I'm here. Let me show y'all why I'm here. And don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We're going to be done before football come on because we got fantasy going today. Okay? We got fantasy going today. You know, listen, let me tell y'all something. I ain't going to spend too much time on this. But for all of my people who play fantasy football, y'all know I was struggling this morning, man. I was struggling this morning trying to decide if I was going to play the Giants defense against the Cowboys or just leave it at Houston. I'm going to just leave it at Houston. But anyway, I ain't going to be going all day. One thing for sure, though, I'm not starting Waddle. I got Waddle. I dropped him. I picked him back up. But anyway, we're going to keep this credit related. Anybody play fantasy football? Let me show y'all while I do this. All right, so here, let me show y'all. Y'all think, listen, let me share my screen real quick. Y'all want to see why I do this? Let me show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all while I do this. And I'm gonna bring the chat back up here in a second. I know many of you guys have seen this thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of times. Let me show y'all why I do this. This is why I do this. Y'all see this? Because I want to help you accomplish your goals. This is more than a credit score. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody that talks to me doesn't need credit help. I talked to someone the other day. What's his name? Alonzo. Shout out to Alonzo. Alonzo watches the channel. He's a subscriber. He's probably watching this right now, right? Alonzo doesn't need credit help. Now, he needed a strategy for what he's trying to do. There's a lot of things he's trying to do. And we put together a strategy for everything he's trying to do. Alonzo is in the well into the 700s. One of his scores is over 800. So my point is, everybody doesn't talk to me that has bad credit. Okay, everyone that you don't have to have bad credit to have a conversation with me. But either way, my point is that people have goals, and it's not just buying a house, right? People got goals. Let me show y'all something. This is a girl I went to high school with. Her family was losing her building. Nobody in the family could save the building. There was about 8 people that lived in that building. Nobody could save the building. I put her in position to save the family building. Building saved. This girl right here, listen, she did not have the best credit scores at the time. She wanted to buy a car. She got denied. And she was like, forget this whole thing. I'm done with this stuff. I am done. You know why people give up on credit? Because people don't teach them credit. You know why schools don't teach you credit? Because the schools taught you credit, you would actually qualify for low interest. If you qualify for low interest, the bank can't make that much money. Let me say that again. The reason why you're not taught credit in school, the reason why you're not taught credit in college, credit is a self-education. You have to learn this from either people like me, on your own, on your family, right? Your family. 70% of our family members don't know about credit. Ain't that a shame? Here's the deal. So we just out here. Listen, we out in these streets. Somebody put in the comments, out in these streets. We just out here in these streets, hoping, praying, and wishing. Either way, she didn't qualify for a car. You know how I know this? Because I was working at the dealership at the time. And you know what I used to do? Nobody in the dealership does this. At the dealership I worked at, and this is no shade to the dealership I worked at or dealerships in general. Nobody wants to do all that because it takes a lot of work. But guess what? I didn't care. She called the dealership. No, she came into the dealership. She worked with one of the salespeople. They ran her credit and they kicked her out. Not in that order, but it was like, hey, we can't help you. And she said, okay, cool. What do most people do when they get kicked out the dealership? You know what they do? They either pay cash, get a cosigner, give up, or go next door and try it again. I gave her a call. I said, hey, listen, honestly, you just need to do these 2 or 3 things. She was like, why are you telling me what I need to do? So you can qualify to get a car? She says, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you tell me what I need to do to get this car, I'm not gonna get this car. I'm gonna get something else. Y'all know what she did? She didn't buy from the dealership I worked at. She went and bought something else that she really wanted. And then she hit me back like 3 months later and said, hey, you know what? I really want to get into a house. You was able to get me into a car. Can you help me get a house? I said, girl, yeah, that's easy. Told her what to do to get the house. Y'all see her right there. She's the first client I had. Y'all, here's another fun fact. She waited for me to get my real estate license. I didn't have my real estate license at the time. So the girl to the left, the girl I went to high school with, she was waiting. Both of them was waiting on me to get my real estate license. You know why they was waiting? Because I failed the test 5 times. I was supposed to get my license 3-4 months. They waited 3 or 4 months for me to get my real estate license. They could have worked with any real estate agent on the planet. They didn't. They wanted to wait for me because I put them in position. Y'all see the people down here at the bottom? Guess what? These are her cousins. Her cousin said, wait a minute, you was just complaining about 3 or 4 months ago about how dealerships was kicking you out. You went from dealerships kicking you out to qualifying for a house. What happened? She says, man, it's this guy I met at the dealership. This is a true story. It's this guy I met at the dealership. They said, what's his number? They hit me up. They said, man, listen, I work at the post office. I've been there for years. I make decent money, but man, I want to get a house for me and my family. My landlord keep acting funny. My landlord keep going up on the rent. I said, you ain't got to deal with that no more. Let me see your situation. I saw what the situation was. I told him he had to do 2 or 3 things. Everybody's 2 or 3 things are different, right? Sometimes some of y'all be having 10, 15 things I got to tell y'all to do. He followed the game plan. He is now a homeowner. We now working on his second house. Ain't that something? Right? Y'all see this guy right here? Y'all see this guy right here? Look, this is a video I had made. Now, this guy is a veteran. He is a veteran. Had access to his benefits. Did not know what he needed to do to get. But he said, my family, I'm tired of having my family in a bad neighborhood. I'm tired of gunshots outside the house. So guess what? Y'all gonna see a piece of his house. This him and his family. His son like 7 years old now. This is not 7 years old. This is us walking into his house. Look at that. Super. You see the smile on his face? He didn't think it was possible. He didn't think it was possible. But we made it happen, man. That's what we do here. Y'all see this couple? They said, Calvin, listen, we got a repo on our credit report. We keep going to all these dealerships. They keep telling us what we need to do. I mean, they keep kicking us out. But I want this car. I know I messed up in the past. That was me. I was in college. I didn't know this stuff. My parents didn't tell me this stuff. The banks didn't tell me this stuff. My job didn't tell me this stuff. My girlfriend didn't tell me this stuff. I did not know what to do. I researched it. It sent me off. I want this car though. I work hard. I make good money. Why can't I get this car? I said, listen. Let me take a look at your credit report. He sent me his credit report. I took a look at it. I told him exactly what he needed to do. Come on, guys, let's keep the chat going. Let me know what your goals are. Listen, no matter what your goal is, I've helped people do it. I don't care what it is. And I'm going to keep telling you these stories. I got to work this backwards because I feel like we always do this. And I always started with the same stories. But some of y'all ain't seen these stories. Oriel done seen these stories 20 times. He's still up in here. Shout out to Oriel. All right. Either way, listen, I told them what to do. Now you see the car. You see the car? He told me he wanted it. I made it happen. The problem is sometimes it's not sometimes it's not having a goal. Y'all not telling the right people your goal. You telling people that can't do nothing for you. You telling people that can't help you. Don't get me wrong. They'll support you, but that's not a strategy. Some of y'all say it and that's just it. You say, oh, well, I want to do this or I want to do that. I want to get a car. I want to lower my car payment. I want to get a credit card. I want to get a house. I want to do all these things. You talking to people that can't help you. I can help you. Okay. And I'm not the only one, but I ain't gonna talk about nobody else that can help you. I know for a fact I can. Okay. Again, some of y'all think that we only help black people. Stop lying to yourself. We help whoever reach out to us. Okay. Whoever reach out to us, black, white, young, old, 80s babies, 70s babies, 50s babies, no matter what we can help you. Okay. He says, listen, I want to get a high limit credit card. Boom. Done. I want to get a house. Boom. Done. He says, man, that was easy. Yes. When you talk to the right people. This girl right here, listen, she had 4 kids. She was in a bad relationship. 4 kids. Guy left her, right? It was back and forth, abusive, stuff like that. And then next thing you know, he left her. She was living in an apartment. She says, listen, I could only afford to pay. I dealt with what I dealt with. Man, listen, women be going through a lot of stuff. Men do too. But listen, a lot of men, they be leaving these women with these kids. Either way, now she was living in an apartment. She couldn't afford to pay the rent. But she says, Calvin, you know what? I can't afford to pay the rent. But I'm getting a promotion in my job in a couple months. When I get this promotion, I don't want to keep staying at this place. I got my kids and everything. I need something move in ready. Can you help me? Girl, please. House done. Okay. Y'all seen this story before. Listen, there's a video on my channel about her. This girl right here. Listen, 497 credit score when she first met me. She says, Calvin, my goal is to buy a house. I said, okay, cool. She said, but no, let me let you know something. No, I don't want just any house. I want a house like this right here. Some big, wide house, just like this one. Big. I'm talking about big back. This was the big back house. Okay. Either way, I'm like, you could, okay, no problem. Easy. She says, well, you sure you sure can help me? My credit was a 497. She was in a bad relationship. She had co-signed for some guy. I don't know what it was. I forgot the full story. Long story short, the relationship that she was in prior to her current relationship messed up her credit. Y'all know how it is. Girls co-sign for guys co-sign for girls. Relationship don't work out. Somebody they were supposed to pay, they didn't pay. Whatever. She says, can you help me? I says, absolutely. Let me look at your credit report. She says, Calvin, I'm gonna tell you something. It's bad. It's horrible. It's nothing I haven't seen. I've seen 300 credit scores. Yes, 300 credit. Matter of fact, I still got that credit report saved. We're gonna break down that credit report one day. Anyway, I told her exactly what she needed to do. It wasn't 2 or 3 things. She had quite a few things that she needed to do. I told her exactly what needed to be done, and she was qualified for a home in like less than 4 months, maybe 90 days. And you see this house right here? Easy. You see the smile on her face? We put smiles on faces here, family. We put smiles on faces here. I'm gonna keep going. Tell me when to stop. Y'all tell me when to stop. Homeowner, easy. Homeowner, easy. I met this girl right here on Zillow. You know how people be looking on houses on Zillow. She says, listen, I'm looking at houses, but I want to see this house, but I just know I'm not ready yet. I said, how do you know you're not ready? And she says, well, I don't know. Like, I know what I want, but I just don't know how to get it. Let me say that again. She says, I know what I want, but I don't know how to get it. I said, I got you. I said, listen, send me your credit report. I said, here's my fee. There's a fee. Okay, there's a fee. But I'm also not just giving you a fee. I'm also giving you 1,500 free videos. You got to work with me. Anyway, I said, here's the fee. She says, okay, cool. Looked at her credit report. I said, listen, all we got to do is these things right here. This is all I got to do. This is all you got to do. You're lying. Prove me wrong. She followed those steps. Her boyfriend was there the whole way. He was like, man, I just can't believe. You see how he dressed up for this closing? This is how you dress up for a closing. Anyway, my point is, he was like, man, bro, you put us on. Yes, this is what I do for a living. I help people accomplish their goals for a living. I love what I do. Okay, check this out. Grocery store manager. She says she Googled credit repair. A lot of companies popped up, whatever. And she says, your reviews. I saw your reviews. I had to call you. Now, back then we had an office line. Office lines coming back in the future. I can't give you guys a date in the future. Okay. All right. Either way. So she says, okay, listen, but we do have a real estate office. So if it's home related, they'll answer the phone. Anyway, so she says, listen, I need help. I want to buy a house, but I just don't know I want to buy a house, but I don't know what I need to do. Another person that wants to accomplish something, but has no idea how to accomplish it. You know what she did? She reached out to us. We told her what we could do. She got a custom game plan. We told her what she needed to do. Guess what, guys? She's a homeowner. That's simple. Okay. Here, let me put this up here. Can I put this up here? Let me see. I'm gonna leave this up here because y'all listen. I gotta leave this challenge up here, man. 30-day credit challenge. I'm gonna leave that up there. I'm leaving it up there. All right. Here, grocery store manager gets the custom game plan. Her husband said, you can't just be letting random people look at your credit. You can't just be trusting anybody with this stuff. He's right. But I'm not just anybody. I'm a Drake fan too. I'm not just anybody. I looked at her credit report. I told exactly what she needed to do. Y'all know her husband came with us, but he didn't believe it. He didn't know. He did not know. Look at them now. Got a smile now. He says, man, brother, listen, I don't know what you did or how you did it, but I'm just glad she talked to you. You're right. You are right. You listen, if you have a goal and you don't know how to accomplish that goal, it's okay. You need a game plan. Okay. Scan that QR code. It's right there on your screen. Okay. Next, listen, this is a girl. I didn't know her. She went to college with a guy that I helped. Man, I don't know if y'all know New Life Church, one of the most popular churches in Chicago. Shout out to Pastor Hannah. I helped Pastor Hannah brother too. But anyway, man, listen, I get around. Anyway, so she says, okay, she went to college with somebody else that I helped at the church. Oh my God. When I spoke at the church, there was about 10 panel speakers and we all had our own room, but we spoke on the panel. And then when we were transitioning from the panel, we had to go to our rooms. Check this out. My wife I got to find that photo. I spoke. I had a line wrapping all the way to the door. Now, if you guys have heard of New Life Church, I'm not the original New Life Church where it go from the front to the back. Yes, they had to change my room to the basement. I had a portion of the basement. Then there was a line from the basement all the way going up. A lot of them are homeowners today. She stemmed from that list of people. Listen, man, listen. This guy right here wants to be a landlord. His credit, here's a check this out. He already had the credit score. He already had the credit score. He didn't even know. For months this guy has been waiting to buy a property. But he didn't know. He knew what he wanted to do, but he didn't know how to do it. He knew what he wanted to do, but he had no idea he qualified. You got to tell the right people your goals. Now he's a landlord collecting rent, right? Let me keep going. Listen, another young lady. She did not need credit help. People keep thinking that you need to have a certain score to work with me. You do not. You do not. I've helped people in the 800s. I've helped people in the 300s. It doesn't matter where you are. There's no discrimination up in here. She says, listen, I want to collect rent every single month. Bet. No problem. This is what you need to do. This is all I need to do. Yeah. Landlord. Boom. Done. Give me something hard. I ain't got nothing difficult. This right here. You know what's crazy? I don't know this guy's name, but he watches the channel. And I apologize. He's in Virginia or DC, something like that. He says, Calvin, you put me and my wife in position to buy a home. Y'all see this house? It is sold. It is sold. This is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. Okay? He says, I want to buy a home, but I don't know how to do it. My wife and I, we work hard. Y'all see this ring on her finger? We can see the ring on the finger from this far back. Okay? My point is, they got goals. We made it happen. This is more than a YouTube channel. This is where you accomplish your goals, man. Y'all see this? Let's keep going. Some people say, well, Calvin, I'm too young. I'm too young for you to help me. Not at all. This kid served in the military, wanted to buy a house. Here's the worst part. He forgot all about his benefits. You know why? People don't be listening. People don't be reading, and not in a bad way. He admitted this. These are his words, not mine. He spent some time in the military and says, man, they said something about a home discount or something like that. I don't know, but I just want to buy a house. No, you need to know. That's a VA loan, sir. That means that's when all the rest of us got to put 3.5% down, 3% down, 5%, 10%, 15%, and 20% down. You ain't got to put nothing down. He says, man, okay, cool. What do I do next? I said, follow this game plan, sir. Follow the game plan. Y'all know what happened. What normally happens. Goals get accomplished. Y'all seen his story. There's a video y'all saw. Now, shout out to Dayon. Dayon actually is a subscriber. He watches the channel. All right. He watches the channel. Now, Dayon, he already had great credit. He knew about credit, stuff like that. He was like, man, listen, man, I watch channels like yours. This is how Dayon talk. I watch channels like yours, man, just to make sure I'm on top of my stuff. And that's what he did. He says, man, what do I need to do, though, to buy this house? I want to buy a house. Bet. This is all we need to do, sir, because your credit score is already here. This is the rest of the stuff we need to do. He says, I bet. Now he's a homeowner along with his wife. He got 2 kids now. That girl done got much older. All right. Of course, shout out to this client. This is Chevelle. Now, Chevelle, she was in a bad, almost a bad relationship. But, hey, she was in a relationship. Things didn't work out a certain way. They were in an apartment. She was like, listen, I got to move. And I'm with my son. I got to move. And I got a certain time I got to move. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. We need to move that time up just a little bit. Okay. So she wanted to do it within a certain time frame. I said, we need a little bit more time. She says, well, I got to wait. I said, because your score got to update. We got to get a couple updates in. She said, are you sure it's going to be around this time? I promise you it's going to be around this time. As long as you follow my game plan. She followed the game plan. She's a homeowner, right? Y'all want me to stop? Tell me when to stop. Let me know in the comments when y'all want me to stop. Listen, I know what y'all was thinking. Well, man, Calvin, you only help black people. You only help white people. Not at all. I help everybody. Hispanic couple. Here they go. Again, now they were a referral from someone. I used to work when I worked at the dealership. One of my guys that works at the dealership, he was like, man, listen, one of my friends, she wants to buy a property. She don't know where to start. She knows listen, I don't know what to tell her. I just know, listen, this is what we need to do. And I used to work with him at the dealership. So shout out to my guy. So anyway, And I said, listen, I said, give me her number. I gave her a call. She told me what she needed to do, what she wanted to do. She didn't know how to do it. And she's like, my guy, we don't know what to do. We make money, but we just don't know what to do. I said, all right, bet. Let me take a look at your credit report. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. She's a homeowner. All right. Not everybody just want to buy homes. We're gonna get to people that don't want to buy homes. This is one of my guys right here, Joel. Shout out to Joel, west side of Chicago, in the house. He says, listen, man, he says, listen, the last people to buy a property was my parents. I got brothers, I got sisters, I got cousins, I got uncles, I got aunties. They're the only ones that own a house. I grew up with my parents owning the home. And I could just, man, when people had to go from different places and complain about where they was living at, I grew up in a house. I just know I wanted to buy a house, but I just don't know where to start, And I said, bro, I got you. Man, this all I need to do? Yes, that's all you need to do. Bro, I'm telling you, if this is all I got to do, tell me if there's anything else I need to do. I said, nope, this is all you need to do. So you telling me, I'm like, bro, listen, you can ask me as many times as you want. The answer's going to still be yes. Sure enough, homeowner. Y'all think that's all I deal with? Nope. Listen, shout out to this client. I forgot her name. So she says, I want this Mercedes Benz. I said, that's all you want? She was like, well, the car costs this much. I don't know what the monthly payment going to be. I don't know what kind of credit score I need. I want to make sure I get the best price. Easy. She said, how's this easy? I used to work at a dealership for 6 years. I know the game. She says, what do I need to do? I see you do two things. One, follow this game plan. Two, send me a photo when you get the car. She says, that's it? Bet. Because I want to show off. I want to show this off. We are showing off my client accomplishing her goals of having this car. Car accomplished. Listen, now she didn't have the credit score needed at the time. But I told her, and this is, by the way, she's a subscriber. I don't know if she's watching this, because listen, once y'all accomplish y'all goals, I don't know if y'all come back to the channel. So here, if I done showed you, please let us know in the comments if you up in here. Y'all know I'm a real estate agent. Shout out to this client, Sakina. She went to high school with me. I didn't know her. She's in, I think, 1 or 2 grades lower. But the whole high school knows. It's crazy. The whole high school knows I help people with their credit, but I don't think the whole high school knows I have a YouTube channel, which is crazy. But I don't promote it like that on a local level. Anyway, she says, listen, I want to buy property. I got my money right. My guy got his money right. What do we need to do? I said, listen, here's the game plan. Follow this game plan. She says, man, listen, okay, there ain't no way this is all I got to do. This is all you got to do. Follow the game plan. She's collecting rent. The list goes on. Y'all see him earlier. Oh, man, this is Ori. Listen. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. This is gonna be my last story. But it's a good one. It's a really good story. This was one of my first clients that I was seeing crying. Not his wife, him. Men cry. It happens. We're human, right? But this is why he had tears in his eyes. Not just because he closed on a house. Not just because his wife said, don't just be listening to random people on YouTube. It was more so the fact that somebody cared about what he wanted to do. He says, Calvin, listen, I got a family. I've been paying rent. I got a good job. I used to be in the streets, all the rest of this stuff, man, but I'm not living that life like that. I'm out here doing stuff the right way now. But I know that if you helping all these people that you helping, I know you can help me. At least I think you can. I said, bro, we can help you. His wife said, now don't get me wrong, because listen, you got to be, listen, there's 90% of people in the credit industry, they be sending y'all off. Here's the worst part. 90% of the people in the credit industry be doing fraud. We'll talk about that in another video. Y'all know it'd be fraud. We're going to talk about that in another video. Anyway, he says, man, you look like I can trust you. So, man, my wife says, listen, I shouldn't be paying somebody on YouTube that I don't know like that. I said, I hear you. You got to look at the reviews, though. You got to look at the videos. You got to look at the success stories. That's all I got. He's all right, bet. He asked for a game plan. We made him a custom game plan. Guess what? He says, man, this is the house we want. I said, all right, so check this out. If this is the house you want, we need to add more ink. No. Here's what happened. I was helping him, but his wife at the time had a slightly higher credit score. Not much, though. It was like a 20-point difference. I was like, listen, I need to put both of y'all on the home loan to get the house that y'all want. Because if I just do her, we need your income. He was like, bro, but I'm just not there. I was like, bro, you 20 points, 20 points from hers. It's about the same score. I gave them both, but he started first. She was like, all right, if you want to just throw your money at some random guy on YouTube. I'm not a random guy on YouTube. But I get it, because it'd be some crazy people out there. Anyway, they followed the game plan. Y'all see, listen, we got smiles here. But check this out. This same day that they took that photo, about 5 minutes before they took that photo, we were just walking around the house, making sure the house was fine. We're in the basement. And he just like, man, listen, man, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for looking at my credit report. Thank you for being on my y'all. I can't curse because it's going to affect my monetization. But anyway, but he says, thank you for being on my ASS. Thank you for making sure that things get done. Thank you for convincing my wife that this was real. He's now a homeowner in a beautiful neighborhood, beautiful home too. Man, if you listen, there's another photo of them. It's somewhere in here. It's probably in this batch. And we took that photo in the kitchen, a beautiful kitchen. It's a home that they deserve to be in. Nice neighborhood for the kids to grow up in. This is what we work for. What are you working for? You go to work. Some of y'all still old school. And what about, because the new school kids, they don't want to work. But no, we old school workers. Like, I'm an old school worker. You show up early, you stay late, you be working these hours, you care about what you're doing. Like, listen, it's okay to have goals, guys. It's okay to have goals. I'm gonna leave this one up. Let's jump back into the chat before we get up out of here. Okay. Let me see here. A lot of goals. Let's see here. Okay. Mike says, thank you. You're more than welcome, Mike. Diva says, I'm heating up some plates this year, sir. Diva says she's not gonna be out here cooking. She heating up some plates. I know that's right. Here's the cash. My score was 846. My credit card usage got low due to losing a job. Yeah, man, 689. That's not bad. I'll get that score back up in 6 months. I'll be house hunting in a year. Give me cash. Keep us posted, sir. Keep us posted. Christina says, my goal is to have a home by next year and build my business with dedicated contracts. I know that's right, Christina. You could do it. Listen, we can get you into a house too. Listen, my home buying challenge is coming up too. I'll keep you guys posted on the home buying challenge. Okay. Diva says an investment property would be nice. I'm thinking about business credit. We can make that happen, Diva. We can make that happen. Okay. Y'all see me promoting Fair Figure too. They have that credit account is a business credit builder. So here, watch that video. I got a video I'm dropping today. Fair Figure gonna be in that mix too. But either way, all of my business credit videos that I've done in like the last 2-3 weeks, it talks about Fair Figure. Make sure you guys look at that. It's a great way to start your business credit. That's why I've been talking about them a lot. Give Me Cash says, do you have a loan consolidation program? Not personally, but if you watch, there's a video I did recently. Just go to my channel and just type in the word loan. Here, let me do this. I'm gonna look this up for y'all. Okay, so I just want to make sure if I can knock this out real quick. All right, so I'm gonna go to my channel and let me close this out. I'm sure we don't need this no more. All right, so let's go to videos. Y'all gotta here. I'm gonna show this tab right here so you guys can see it. This is a channel right here. So he said, do I have a loan consolidation program? All right, so just go to my channel. Y'all know this is powerful. This is the search bar. You go to somebody's channel first, then go to their search the channel. Okay, you guys gotta do this. Type in loan. Okay, and now those are the 5 best personal loan options. So these are honestly, a lot of these loans are still the same list. Then I did deny for a personal loan, how a personal loan can pay off your car, all the rest of this stuff. There's one I did recently. There's one I did recently, more recently than all of these. But either way, you'll find it in this mix. There it is. Oh yeah, using the loans the right way. I did that one 2 days ago. But there's another one though too that I did. So many videos. Just kind of start watching some stuff on loans. But I did one. Oh yeah, bad credit 8. There it is. Back 8 personal loans with soft pull. Okay, so check. I did this 11 months ago. These companies still do the same thing. Okay, so again, 15,000 views. This is it. Bad credit personal loans. Look for that. Okay. That's there. There's another one too, but there's another one I thought I did recently. But yeah, that'll work. Use that one. That'll work. This one's good too. 5 personal loans for bad credit. It's really the same list. It's slightly updated though. Let me see. Nope. Okay, I think that one was it. So we'll leave that one right there where it's at. All right, let's go back here. All right, so now let's see here. Oriel says I came about 20. Oh yeah, 2016. Oh yeah, man. Out here for real. Appreciate you, Oriel. Diva says, out here in these streets. Listen, we be out here in these streets, man, with this credit score for real. Angel said, out here in these streets, it's true. When I got my first credit cards when I started college, we be winging it out here for real. Diva says, that is awesome. You are testifying this morning, son. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I love what I do, and I just like helping people. I just like helping people. Yeah, appreciate you being here, Diva. Lorraine says, good morning. Want to be debt free in 2 years? It is possible. We got to throw money at this debt, man. This debt, it irritates all of us. It does, So we really got to be throwing money at this debt for sure. Okay. Or you have to buy some red bone. Oh boy. We're going to keep moving. Goriel says, keep them coming. Angel says, I want a home, but I'm here in North California. We can help. Oh, yeah, the housing market is mind-blowing expensive. Do I wait for a crash? Man, you know what? California and Florida are going to be seeing a different market than everybody else. New York, too. Here's why. Weather is really affecting y'all. And because of that, like home prices are going to be just way different, So that's something to keep out as well, too. Is there going to be a crash? There may be a crash in different areas, but not a nationwide crash. I don't see a nationwide crash happening. There are a lot of people in pre-foreclosure and stuff like that. Foreclosures are always up, though, to be honest with you, but rates are coming down. So people still buying houses, people selling houses, buying houses. So, I mean, I don't know if a crash is going to happen, to be totally honest with you. Listen, these rates are going to come down again. So as these rates come down, more people are going to buy. So I don't know. I really don't see a crash happening, to be totally honest. I would be surprised if one does, because I just don't see it happening. I just don't. Especially let me tell y'all something. With that war stopping in Israel, that gets us so much closer. All we need now is this whole Russia situation to stop. This Russia situation stops. Oh, listen, everybody finna be getting a bag. I'm letting y'all know this. It's really them. It's really that stuff going on. Oriel says, cuz got the jumpsuit on. Yes, man, you saw that. Matching shoes and everything with the Air Max, man. Diva says, so you're a goal whisperer. That is correct. I like that. I am a goal whisperer. Okay. You tell me your goal, we're going to make it happen. Christina Noah, we be out here in these streets, winging it, hoping everything going to work out a certain way. Ohio is in the house. What's going on, Steven? Been seeing you, man. Seeing you in a minute. Mike says, hope everyone has a great holiday. Hope everyone's holiday is starting off great. Mr. Calvin, I will be contacting you for a consultation. Hope you do, sir. Hope you do, Mike. Mike says, do you have a video for individuals who travel for work with high wages, but the work is not steady? So what does that mean? So do I have a video for you travel for work with high wages, but the work is not steady? Man, that's tough. Like almost like driving trucks. I think, Mike, is that you, the truck driver? I don't know if that is you, but I know we talked before. Yeah, you know what? But if it's not steady, then yeah, you got to get another income stream. That's all that is. You got to get another income stream. That's what it's gonna come down to. Let me tell y'all something too, Joe. Listen, Joe, my bad. That's that West Side Chicago. I be not trying to have my West Side Chicago version come out, but Joe just slips on out. But anyway, you got to have another additional streams of income. A lot of times we be forgetting about the additional streams of income. You have to have that, man, especially in today's world. You have to have it. Like we have our real estate company, we have the YouTube business, we have the products that we sell, just various things you just got to have going. I help people with their YouTube channel. I'm also a YouTube coach. I don't talk about that on here because I don't know if y'all want to know that, but I am a YouTube coach. So I can help you with your YouTube channel because some of y'all can cook. Some of y'all can bake. Some of you all just car enthusiasts, sports enthusiasts. Guys, that's a channel. Just letting y'all know. Okay, just letting y'all know. All right. But anyway, let's see. Mike says different Mike. Yeah, I got you. All right, Lake says, hello, y'all. Watch from North Korea, aka LA. Not North Korea. Now listen, y'all got a dictator? LA is in the house. Okay. All right. And Mike says different Mike. Oh yeah, I know it's that Mike, but this Mike H, I think we've talked before. Mike H done reached out, I think. So I think that's I will say I almost said his last name. I ain't gonna put that out there. But yeah, no, for sure. All right, guys, listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Football gonna be coming on soon. Y'all know we got to get these lineups together, these games together. Listen, 30-day credit challenge, man. 30-day credit challenge. Let me get that back up on the screen. 30-day credit challenge. Here's the deal, guys. With this 30-day credit challenge, I'm telling you, I can help you accomplish your goals. Okay, I can help you do that. And again, let me show y'all what this is. Let me show y'all what that comes with. Okay, 30-day credit challenge. This is what it comes with. We got, again, you get a custom game plan. You get 6 months access to my credit community. I go live every week in that community, answering questions, giving you answers. Okay, access to all my courses, my home buying course, my car buying course, my advanced credit blueprint, my business credit cards. All of that is inside of the community at no additional charge. Okay. So again, scan that QR code to learn more. All right. But other than that, guys, let me see here. I think this. Yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. Make